Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Chris here with Urban Gardener DC. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about at-home space saving and germination as a key point, right? Where we all don't have a big farm, we don't have a greenhouse, so I actually use my kitchen countertops, right? So under my cabinets, we have those lights, right? So we can see when we're chopping up food and whatnot on our counters. And what I do is I have a bin very similar to this, right? It's about, I don't know, about 8 inches tall. I flip this upside down, and then I'm able to place my germination trays right in proximity, about 2 inches below the light source, right? And these are tomatoes here, as you can see, that are doing quite well, right? And then when I say space saving, take a look. How many tomatoes are in this one 18-ounce cup, right? There are 5 seeds that germinated in this cup. Now, what's happening is these are now going to start fighting against each other inside this little cup. So as you guys have probably seen on other videos, I have a 2-cup system that I use. And what it is I have one solid cup, plastic cup, right? And then this one, I punch holes in the bottom of it, right? So now when I fill this bottom cup, usually about no more than about an inch above or from an inch from the bottom, place this cup inside. It's now self-watering itself as the roots grow. The roots are now starting to absorb the water as they need it. Now, if I were to top water this, what would happen before this germinates? You're going to move the seeds all around, right? And you're going to have kind of uneven displacement of those seeds. But for the purpose of this video, I want to go into doing a transplant of these into a brand new home, right? So I already have these cups, I already have the holes cut out, right? All I'm going to use, you can go to your box stores, regular Miracle Grow potting mix. This one's the seed starting other one. Really, to me, if you get a decent seed starting mix, any of them will actually do. And then what I want to do is I want to fill my cup about 2/3. Okay. So this is the cup that has the holes in it. And I want to mat that down a little bit, give a little bit there. And then I want to poke a little hole because that's where I'm going to drop this first seedling into. So we're going to get these guys out and then very carefully just kind of pinch the edges. And that whole clump is going to fall out. And now, do you see what I'm talking about? How it's now becoming root bound, right, within itself because there's 5 whole plants that are trying to grow in this one little space. So I just want to carefully kind of break the roots apart a little bit, being a little cautious, even though they're at a stage now where their roots are really going to take off. And now, see, I have this one little root. I'm going to place that right down into this hole, press it down just a little bit, right? And then I will come back with that soil, break up the clumps a little bit, and then place the soil in and around the edges, just being careful not to damage that tomato seedling. And then I will do this. You got some twigs and stuff there. So we got it set down. And tomatoes like to be buried deep because they actually have side shooting roots that actually come off the stem. So if you look at the main stem of a tomato, They're like these little fibers that stick off the side right here. See those little fibers? The way the tomato plant will grow is those fibers grow out, right? So it's going to have like little fingers that go outwards. And then I buried this almost that deep in this cup. So we just have the leaves standing up above the edge. That out of there, right? So you just have the leaves standing up. And we got that one done. And then all I do is I take my second cup, fill it with water right around that edge line, right? So you see both of these cups have that same ridge at the bottom. The only thing is going to be with these two, you're just going to fill up that little rim. And that's all you have it. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I will talk to you soon and see you in the garden. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 tomatoes, right? All lined up here. Actually, yeah, 5. So that's how simple it was. I have all of them now that have the holes in the bottoms with the solid cup. Filled this with water to about right there. Now that water is going to just absorb straight up into the bottom of the tomato plants. Those roots are going to grow down and create that really good base, right? We're probably about, here in Zone 7 in Washington, D.C., we're about 5 or 6 weeks from planting outdoors. I like to plant right around Memorial Day weekend, which is typically the last weekend of May. So we have the full month of April and the full month of May. So yeah, we're 6 to 8 weeks from in-ground planting outside. So these are going to do quite well in these pots. You know, it's 18 ounces, but you can imagine how the root system, as you just saw, how these tomatoes just really start to intertwine. But now they're going to be able to breathe because they each now have their own new happy little home, right? So, guys, I appreciate it. If this was helpful, leave me a comment down below. Definitely smash that like button if you appreciate what I'm trying to bring to you. Hopefully, we're going to get some more content outside in the community garden. Today's a Sunday, so kind of a day of rest, but I'm actually going to get out there and do some more weeding today. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Follow our journey. Follow us as urban gardeners, right? Follow what we're doing using some of our methods. I would love to hear in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions, what climate you're in, what plants and what vegetables thrive in your areas. For us here it's kind of the Northeast. You know, we're kind of halfway up the East Coast, but do very good with a lot of root vegetables in the fall. I did a video recently on garlic, how we use pots as well as in-ground planting with garlic. I'll post a link to that as well here. And guys, you know, stay connected with the community. I'd love to hear from folks, and I will see you on the next one.